Okay folks, Matt Powell at Pramek.com. One of the things that we want to talk about right now, like we always do on these YouTube videos, is pain compliance. So, there's a lot of different ways that you control somebody or you can do damage to somebody. When we look at combatives, you have your immobilizations, your joint locks, your chokes, your debilitating strikes. There's a lot of different things that you can do that are classifications on how to injure somebody. One of my favorites is what we call climbing the joints. And climbing the joints is a very quick and effective way of doing damage to somebody in order to gain mechanical advantage when you're working against them, especially in clinch range or close quarters. So that's what we're going to look at. And make sure you go by Pramek.com, check out the shop, got to put the plug in. So working with your training partner, you want to go slow on this because it can hurt, but it's one of the things that I see people do in martial arts seminars is they'll do little things and they kind of make them look like magic, like, holy cow, that guy's great. In reality, it's kind of just a little trick that people do, and this is one of the ones that I've always done. But I'm working on a video right now called The Tricks of Pramek, which is little things people have asked me, how'd you do that? How'd you do this? That I actually show them how to do it, and this is one of them. So climbing the joints is very simple because your body has a skeletal structure. You have different points that the body articulates. So any time that you can gain mechanical leverage over a joint articulation or a bone is when you can start to move that point in order to get to another point. It's like climbing up a ladder, and that's all it is. Except this is more like rock climbing because the body does move. So the first one that I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you two that work together, and then you can work on it with your training partner. And my training partner doesn't know it's coming. He will, because he's had this done before. So whenever you're in clinch range and you're inside, right in here, go ahead and grab up. Right in here is where you want to be. Grab my elbow if you want, whatever. Right in here. What I want you to do is come into here and go ahead. All right, come up. Go ahead and relax. You can see, does that hurt? It's uncomfortable, right? What you want to do is grab into the collarbone. Now some people have a very long one, some people don't. So all you're doing is you're reaching in and pulling around it. You're trying to get around it and drive down. So that's all you're doing. I'm not going to do it very hard again, but you're grabbing in there. You can see the face grimace, and you're working it down. Just like if you're going up against the jaw, up into here and moving it off, and then down. You okay? As you can see, you can start to chain them together. So if you're closed in to here, and you drive up on the jaw that way, coming across and pulling down, you can see that I've already opened it up into a knee, into a knee, into a kick, elbow, strike, whatever it may be. So that's two of them that you put together. Basically, all these bones have nerves that run up underneath them. We're trying to access those and grab them and pull them as hard as we can. Now this also works if you miss it, because when you go to it, you can end up grabbing clothing. So if you work against clothing and you know what you're doing, you can work against it to there and work. One of the other ones that you can do is just down on the legs. It's the same thing. You can, the moment you can get a bend in the knee, let's go ahead and turn this way. The moment that you can get a bend in the knee, all the way, all you're going to do is go ahead and bend your knee. You're going to climb up on top of it. Basically move up the person. So for example, come back this way, I just want to see that. If we're in here and he bends, you can see that he's bent that way. If I'm off to the side, I'm automatically coming up and over it. So the moment that I get his structure, the moment it starts to move in any way that his knees bend, that's immediately when I'm going to move to it. I'm going to stomp him or I'm going to climb him. So those are a couple of little tricks that you can do. There's a number of them. Anywhere that you see that you have a joint articulation or that you have a ridge of the bone, up in the ocular, into there, pulling down, into here, up under there, wherever it may be, up into the floating rib. Anywhere that you have that, go ahead, feel free to grab onto it, pull it, and continue striking. I'm Matt Powell with Pramek.com. Thanks for watching.